situation like this, when you give a decent food but you know the guest and you're talking about his likes, dislikes, and even something happens, if there is a delay, if you give a good service, an excellent service or recovery, they will be happy. I always say the guest, you cannot make everyone happy. Sometimes it goes wrong, but the most important thing when he leave, how you do the service recovery, how you get in return, even though there is even the review comes in, he should say there was an issue with the food, but the waiter or the manager turn it into a positive. I will be definitely back for that person and the food worth to wait. If that we end up in that way, win-win for both. The government put a lot of restrictions on the visas. How are we going to give an excellent experience and authentic food if we can't able to get an Indian chef?
Yeah.
And if I want to expand the business, how I'm going to give this opportunity to the people? So there should be restrictions. I understand that, but for a genuine business, the restriction should be
so difficult.
It's so difficult, and it is extremely. There are a lot of chefs here. They want to come on the work permit, but unfortunately, I can't able to. So even the manager, I understand. With managers, we can able to run, but the chefs, without the chefs, this experience or the restaurant is not exist.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Business Growth Show.
I'm John from Octopus Computers.
And I'm Adam from Active Internet Marketing.
This is the show where we sit down with business owners, founders and entrepreneurs from Stamford and the Greater Rutland area.
We discuss their journey, look at their wins and their challenges, and get practical advice that you can apply.
New episodes come out fortnightly, so if you want to stay up to date, drop us a follow or subscribe wherever you're listening.
Welcome, Saran. Thank you again for joining us today. Perhaps you could just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your main business.
Absolutely. First of all, very good morning and thank you for inviting John and Adam. It's a pleasure to be part of this podcast. So myself, Saran, my full name is Saravanan, but people used to call me Saran. And I'm from hospitality background. I'm a director of operations at the moment for Katana Restaurant in Peterborough. And also we have a Tinley restaurant. So my background is hospitality. It started at the age of 8 and 9. I used to be working for my dad's business. We have a small street food shop. And my grandfather used to have it. It's more than 50, 60 years the shop is running. It's a very popular shop. We are the first shop in the town to open a street food.
Wow.
With all the chaat items like samosa chaat and the pani puris and other stuff. So it's become very popular slowly. And also we make a lot of freshly made sweets and savories.
Yeah.
So my grandmother, grandfather, my dad, my mom, myself, my brother, everybody help. My grandfather have a big family, so everybody goes and help. And in a day, we sell like around 15, 20 kilos of sweets, savories, and lots of people come and order bulk. Yeah. So every day in the morning, we have to wake up and help in the business and then go to school and then come back. Then again, go back to business and help them. In the weekends, one day I take for studies, one day I'm in the shop. So I used to help my grandmother and father to make the sweets and everything. So I'm very passionate about food. And so my dad wants me to become a chef and he wants to take the business into a next level. So I decided to go and study a hotel management, which is a 3-year course where I learn everything about the kitchen, front of the house, housekeeping and the service. So I decided to go and do a 3-year diploma. Meantime, I've studied. I also work in a restaurant as a waiter in the evening to take care of my pocket money, and my father is not a rich, so he's very poor, so I have to take care of my fees and everything. My dad tried my best to study. That's the only thing he gave. We don't have any kind of properties or anything, so all my dad given to me is a good education. From there I pick it up. So daytime studies, evening at work, weekends at work, and that's how it's to be. Then I finished my hotel management, and there was a scholarship program which allowed me to go to France. So I need to do a diploma in French, which I did for 3 years. And then if you comes in the top 3 in the class, they will take you to the France. So that's how it was. So I was very happy. I was one of it. So I went to Lavando, which is on the south of France. I was working in a Best Western hotel with one of the chef and a sommelier. So I had a very good experience. You talk about hotel management or catering, everything starts from French cuisine. It can be a 17 French classical menu or it can be 11 course menu. Everything starts from French cuisine. So I was very happy. And even the wines, it comes from France. That's the most important thing when it comes to wines. So I had a great start in France. Then the more I go into kitchen and the service, and I was more fascinated and passionate about, I want to learn about the international menus and international cuisines and wine. So I decided to go around the world. So from France, I moved to Italy for a Costa Cruise Lines. So I sailed around the world, around 50, 60 countries I've seen. I worked with 120 nationalities. I learned a lot of international drinks, cocktails, wines, and the dishes, which helped me to move to the next part of the back. So I came back to India. I worked for one of the best hotels called Oberoi's,
Right.
where I learned a fine dining high-end restaurant. Still, Oberoi is considered as one of the best restaurants or a hotel in the world.
Right.
So I'm very proud to say, if I have a Oberoi stamp, that means anywhere I apply, I give a preference. So that kind of hotel background it was.
Brilliant.
Then I got more interested to how I can become, because during that time I was only waiter, bartender. I want to go to a management. So I decided to study a leadership course in Switzerland. So I went to École Hôtelière de Lausanne, which is the first and the best hotel management in the world. It opened in 1894. Wow. So I went there. I studied a top-up course as a management. From there, I've gone to United States of America for a Hilton in Hilton Fort Lauderdale as a food and beverage manager. So from there, again, lots of doors open. So I become a food and beverage manager. I want to become a general manager of the hotel. For that, I need to do an MBA. So I decided to come to UK to do a master's in business administration in hospitality management from the University of Wales. Then I completed. I want to become a general manager. Then my things, okay, I want to open my own restaurant. So if I want to open my own restaurant, I cannot just run with food and beverage. I need to know finance, marketing, and everything. And this helped. Mm-hmm. Then I tried towards opening my own restaurant. I want to open a very good restaurant. I don't want to open another high street restaurant. So I waited for a long time until I get the right experience. Then the COVID hits. Couldn't able to. I got redundancy. It was very difficult 2 years. There is no job exist.
Yeah.
From there, I got an opportunity to work for NHS as a head of catering for 2 hospitals. So I take care of 5 restaurants within the hospital, and then also around 1,000 meals for the patients for breakfast, lunch, evening, and dinner, everything. So it was a very good experience. Then COVID gone down, and then I got a great opportunity to come to Peterborough to partner with my business partner, Deepak. Amazing. Absolutely, we opened Katana Restaurant in Peterborough. That's why I'm here.
Well, let me recap some of that then. So, family business, established for 60 years, and a real strong work ethic within that. People, all members of the family, varied people, kind of getting up early, working till late, juggling that with other aspects of their life and education.
Absolutely.
And from the oldest in the family to the youngest, everybody had a role in that.
Absolutely. There was no employees. We are all employees. And absolutely, my grandfather used to take care of the weddings and everything, my dad, education. I've learned a lot. So what I did is how I can take that family business into a corporate style, mix the corporate unfriendliness. That's what I'm doing at Katana. So you will see a perfect combination of casual service and a professional as well.
And I think from what I was gaining from that, when you were telling us about that, was you were learning a lot of very practical related skills to the food that you were producing and the service you were giving to people. But I think you were very much learning about work ethic, behaviors, discipline. Tell us a little bit more about that side and some of those lessons.
One of the restaurant I want to highlight is called Indian Accent. So that's restaurant I was working in 2017 to 2019. So this is one of the best restaurant. If you Google now Indian Accent in New Delhi, this is the best restaurant in India for the last 7 years.
Wow.
And this comes under top 100 in the world.
Yeah.
So they have a restaurant in New Delhi and New York. And when they were opening in Mayfair, I was so lucky enough to become a part of the opening team. So they sent me to New York and learn the whole experience of how to open Indian Accent way. So it's if it's the IT industry, it's very easy. You go from here to there. But in hospitality, it's impossible to go from one country to another country for a cross train.
Yeah.
But I'm so fortunate and lucky to have that role. So they sent me to New Delhi to learn Indian Accent way, and then New York. So 3 months, everything they taken care of me. And then when I came back in Mayfair, it was a 4 million business, and I was so happy to be a part of the pre-opening, and I did everything for them. So here I learned how can a restaurant open in international standards along with a world-class leadership.
Yeah.
So the food is like an art. When you go to a Michelin restaurant, what do you expect? But there's a difference is it's inventive Indian cuisine. So anywhere you go, it's curries and naans and things. But here you go to a French restaurant, what you see in French cuisine on plate, you will see on the Indian.
Yeah.
So that was an unbelievable experience. So this was one of the highlights, which made me very strong on the leadership and also branding and marketing and how to deal with
Definitely
people.
makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a combination of all my experience. We want to bring it to Peterborough, and I tried my best.
To talk about the restaurant in Peterborough a little bit, because I've been there, I've visited you there. And when I walked through the door, it was not what I expected at all. It was so much more ahead of what I was thought I was going to see, and I think it's a really unique experience for people to come and visit you there. So tell us a little bit about the size, the offering, the menu. Describe that to us.
Why we chosen Peterborough is for two reasons. One, firstly, I want to thank my business partners who actually asked me to come and work, and also the investor we want to thank as well. The reason we chosen Peterborough is a place where you don't have a decent high-end restaurant. For example, if you want to celebrate your birthdays or anniversaries or a corporate event, people go to Cambridge, Leicester or London.
Yeah.
So there is a niche and there is an opportunity available there.
Definitely.
And we don't want to open another Indian restaurant. We thought of doing Katana because there is no other restaurant of Teppanyaki and sushi exists in a good 40-50 mile radius. So we thought, okay, so we need to have a restaurant where we need to tick all the boxes. We should be 1 in 10, not 5 in 10. So that's the only reason. Then when people come to a restaurant, they should feel they are in London. So as I was in Mayfair, and also the whole business partners and everyone wants to have the same vision, we want to make this restaurant as the best restaurant in Cambridgeshire. So we spend a lot of money on ambience, interiors and everything. We want to create an experience as a memorable dining, not just giving the food and drink. So we want to have a private dining room. We want to have a separate bar and lounge, and we want to have a beautiful restaurant with teppanyaki, which is a live cooking tables.
And how many covers do you have, remind me?
Approximately we can fit 200 people in the main restaurant.
Right.
And when we started the restaurant, it was a bubbles bar. It's like a champagne lounge. We partnered with Bollinger, and we can have 60 people, and then the private dining is 20. Wow. So now the champagne lounge is converted to an Indian restaurant called Tinley. So we did it 2 months before. So all going with
it's Southern Indian food on the Indian side then. And how many covers?
Tinley at this moment, we can do up to 80 covers.
80. And
the concept is very new to Peterborough. So everywhere you go, mostly the Indian restaurant, but this is operated by non-Indians.
Yeah.
Bangladeshis, Pakistanis or Afghanistan or Nepalis are running the Indian food. There is nothing wrong in it. Absolutely anybody can run any restaurant.
Yeah.
But when it comes to more authentic food, by an Indian chef, to give an Indian food is me making a pizza.
Yeah.
So that's definitely different. Or I'm cooking a roast.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. And also in Peterborough, every restaurant focus on North Indian food. We, little bit different. We want to focus more on the southern part of India. I'm from South.
Yeah.
I'm from Chennai. So if I want to have a good restaurant like dosas or idlis, or if I want to go for a South-based biryanis, I have to go to Leicester or Cambridge. And I go once in a month. And lots of friends in my community, they always moan about there is no restaurants here. So we thought, okay, let's get a good South Indian restaurant and also focus on North Indian as well. So I partnered with one of the restaurant chef I worked in the past. His name is Chef Carnivore. So I worked with him during 2014 and 2017 before the Indian accent. So his caliber is fantastic. He worked in hotels like Savoy in London, Claridge's in London, Mandarin Oriental, Fairmont in Dubai, Renaissance, Marriott. So his experience is very vast. He's not only an Indian chef, he's a trained English European chef.
Right.
So if you see his food, if you want to have a cooking of authentic food, amazing food. Being an Indian, I can say when I eat, I love it. I lick my finger at the end. If you want to have an European food or a Sunday roast, he's trained. So he's a combination of both. So I thought, chef, why don't you come and have a restaurant with us? So we will take care of exactly the same menu. Peterborough will love it because Peterborough never seen a food like this. The ambience is great, and it's also a part of Katana. So when you give your food like South Indian, North Indian with your kind of caliber, this will be an amazing Indian restaurant. So that's how we ended Tinley in Katana.
What's your favorite cuisine? I want to know everything now because food is such a passion. Because it sounds like you've been all over the world eating everything.
Obviously, a couple of cuisines I like. One is Turkish, Italian, and Indian as well. Then a bit of French because I've been trained under a French chef, so French cuisine is also equally good as well. Absolutely, this is really good. In terms of wines and cocktails, I'm favorite as well. So Katana, when it comes to cocktails, we aim to give the best cocktails.
Yeah.
And the sushi as well. So our sushis are freshly made. We have a lot of options, and teppanyaki sushi and cocktails are one of the best, I will say.
So if you eat at your restaurant, which I'm assuming you do, what do you order?
I'm because I like coconut, I go for masaman curry.
Nice.
Right.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And I used to eat everything. Now I'm become a vegetarian last 2 years. So unfortunately, I'm take
vegetarian
just a sauce.
as well. So
Plenty of choices of vegan, vegetarian dishes. So no problem at all. If you're a vegetarian, you love it.
Good. And you're cocktail of choice as well? I'm getting all of them. Sorry.
No, you carry on.
I'm basically getting my order in now.
Cocktails, I'm a whiskey based. I'm a favorite. So old fashioned, we do many variations. Absolutely fine. Another one I want to say is Sakura. Sakura is we have a mixologist who create our own cocktails. So we have around 8 to 10 cocktails which we created, only available in Katana. It's our signature cocktails are like a theatrical way. So you get a lot of smokes and you get bubbles, and it's like an experience. If you want to come and experience and someone you want to impress, Katana, plenty of choice.
Yeah.
Do that then. That's
It's really interesting, I think, because the food, you know, as you said, the food is so important, but I think the complete experience, including the food and the drink and the environment and the decor and the lighting,
very, very true.
is so important.
Before, when you give good food, you don't give service. It works. But now food you give, but now the service should be more than that.
Yeah.
It becomes situation like this when you give a decent food, but you know the guest and you're talking about his likes, dislikes, and even something happens if there is a delay. If you give a good service, an excellent service or recovery, they will be happy. I always say the guest, you cannot make everyone happy. Sometimes it goes wrong, but the most important thing when he leave, how you do the service recovery, how you get the return, even though even the review comes in, he should say there was an issue with the food, but the waiter or the manager turn it into a positive. I will be definitely back for that person, and the food worth to wait. If that we end up in that way, win-win for both.
Yeah, it's the complete experience.
Absolutely.
And even if, you know, the rare occasion there's any problem, it's the way you deal with that and resolve it. And
Very true.
Issues happen. That's
every business.
And our waiters and managers, they have a full empowerment. If they want to give a glass of wine or they want to give a whole meal complimentary, I never ask them question, but the only thing I ask them, justify whatever you do based on the situation, based on how intense it is. No question. It's not about the money. Making sure the guests leave happy.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Well,
money will
come. A little bit now makes more later, right?
Absolutely. If we do something wrong, we should apologize and do a recovery. That's the most important thing.
Definitely.
I hope you're enjoying today's episode. Please remember to like, give us a rating, give us a follow and subscribe wherever you're listening if you're enjoying the show.
And from where you started and all the experience you've built up in your own personal knowledge and the different roles you've had in various types of restaurant in various different territories around the globe, I guess you may have thought you're going to come to Peterborough and you're going to open and it's going to be all very simple, but I guess it wasn't like that. I assume there were some challenges or things you had to overcome. Tell us a bit more about that on the business side.
So the challenge is I know at a point I'm going to open my restaurant because wherever I worked as a manager, I know my skill set. I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm very confident in what I do, what I can bring to the business.
Yeah.
When you work hard for 3 years, when you resign and go, you just leave that restaurant. But all your hard work, what you did, the goodwill for the business is gone. So, but if you do the same thing for your own business, then it stays forever.
It's
so you work for
value
yourself.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I never thought I'm going to be coming to Peterborough because I'm a London guy. Always I worked in London. So I thought I'm going to open a restaurant in London. That's one thing. But Peterborough is good and bad. When I say good, there is a lot of people, there is a lot of target customers who comes here.
Yeah.
But the issue what we face is because it's not a touristic place like Cambridge, we have to rely on the people here.
Yeah. The local residents.
The local residents.
Yeah.
The problem is Katana is not very expensive, but it's still a bit expensive on site when you have a 3-course meal and a glass of wine or a cocktail.
So it's aimed at the people who appreciate the nice.
Absolutely.
Higher end.
I don't say very high end, but when compared to Peterborough, when you compare to Cambridge, it's not a high end, but when you compare to Peterborough, it's still one of the top 3 expensive restaurants for Katana.
But still very
It's still affordable.
Yeah,
It's still affordable. Yeah. It's not like a Pizza Express or a Zizi or anything, but this is something very, because we are not giving a meal as an experience. So when the chef comes and cook for Teppanyaki, it's very difficult for the chef because you need to have a skillful chef. On top of that, he need to communicate properly. Then on top of that, 10 different people order 10 different. One orders medium rare, one order well done, one order lobster, one order sea bass. So you have to cook to perfection. The seasoning needs to be top. On top of that, he is cooking on a 350-degree Fahrenheit teppanyaki grill. So he is not cheap to get it. So it's very expensive. A good teppanyaki chef costs us £60,000 in London. So if you want to have 4 chefs, you need to have the business that much to give the good. Sometimes people don't see how hard we work to keep the staff on a high. If we don't get the business, we can't able to offer. It's like a knock-on effect. We need to get the business so we can pay the salary and we pay for the suppliers. If we don't get the 7 days business, it's going to be difficult. The Peterborough is more about Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if I employ a full-time staff, if I don't get business on Monday to Thursday, this is one of the reasons restaurant close in 3 months, 6 months, because you can't able to. 3 months you can, 4 months you can, but when it comes to 5th month, you can't. Every month you can't pay from your pocket. So you cut down the chef or you get the cheaper chef. What happens when you are not having an experienced chef? Then you can't deliver what you are supposed to for the value for money.
Spiral, isn't it? Right?
Absolutely. This is why I get a little upset with Peterborough, because if there is a tourist, they will fill the gap.
That's true.
Very, very difficult in terms of business.
One of the key things for you then, I guess, is and we have an audience around, people that watch this and follow us that's quite local, and there's a lot of surrounding places that are quite affluent. There's a lot of tourism in places like Rutland and Stamford. So if we can get awareness to those residents and those people of what you have in Peterborough and make them want to come and excited to do that very short journey to come and visit you.
Absolutely. And we have lots of menus. You will be surprised how much menus we have. We have around 10 to 15 menus on the food itself.
Wow.
Because what we were thinking is, if you are a sushi person, you can come on Wednesday to have an unlimited sushi. If you are a cocktail person, you come on a Saturday and you have an unlimited cocktail and a DJ. It will be the best DJ and an amazing cocktail for the great value for money.
Brilliant.
And then if you are a roast person, come on Sunday to have it. And then if you want to have a value for money, you come for the same teppanyaki for a lunch set menu, the same quality, same portion, and it's very, very affordable.
Yeah.
And we have a pre-theater if you are having a show next door, which is a theater, and you can have on the set menu for the evening.
Yeah.
So plenty of choices. If you have a groups, we have a group set menu. And even our a la carte menu have more than 100 dishes. You name it, we can be able to give.
So lots of people, reason for people to come from the surrounding area then to visit you.
Same for the drinks. If you are a cocktail person, if you want a sake or if you want to have a wines, we have one of the best wine lists in town. We are the one who has the most number of champagnes in our list.
Yeah.
And our selection of spirits, we have a Pan-Asian, like we have a Japanese vodka, whiskey, gin. Again, we have plenty of choices on drinks. So anyone comes with different expectations, we can able to fulfill that.
Definitely get a taxi then, I
I'm
think.
doing it. So my wife's not only vegan, she's also teetotal.
Oh, right.
I'm definitely not.
Drive then.
So yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Where do you want to see the business get to? Because it sounds like you've crafted this exceptional experience, if I'm honest. I can't wait to do it. But where do you see it going? Is there a goal in mind for Katana?
So there is definitely a lot of room to improve. When it comes to restaurant, we never say we are perfectly all right. The main challenge I see is the restaurant staffing, the retention of the staff. Because we are busy on only weekends. Yeah. If I give some part-time staff, for example, they want to have more hours, but the business can't able to do Monday to Thursday. So if I reduce the hours, we train them hardly for 3 months. So we bet our service and the standards of service and the recoveries and the steps of service, we are on a very high end. So it take even an experienced waiter to come and run their own station. It takes good 6 to 8 weeks. So we train them for 3 months, but if we can't able to give hours, or if they find somewhere another 25p more, they leave. Right. Then the role starts again. I have to start for recruitment. Then even the bartenders, if I hire a bartender from any one of the local pub, when that person makes a same mojito, for example, and our mojitos are much different and on a high end, so we have to retrain the bartenders. Yeah. So it's very difficult to hold the retention. We try our very best to give a salary as good as possible. And also we put the training plan in advance, and then we do have the incentives and service charge and everything. But if we can get the retention of the staff. Yeah. That's what I'm working on, to put something like more affordable, able to hold them longer. And then the next one, we opened the Tinley. It's also helpful. Before the bar, it was only on weekends. Now the restaurants is better when compared to Monday to Thursday. So it's going on good. So our primary focus is to be the best Indian restaurant in Cambridgeshire and best Pan-Asian or a Japanese teppanyaki restaurant. That's what it is we are looking at.
Yeah. And I know that obviously the more awareness you can get, the more people that are familiar and also returning regular, which will be a natural outcome of them experiencing it, is going to help you to achieve that with the staff.
So we recently launched a loyalty program. So this is really working out well. Lots of people come with a loyalty card. So for example, if you spend £100, you get 5%. It's not a cashback, but it sits on account. So when you come next time, you can redeem that. So if you are coming with a corporate of £1,000, you have £50 sits over there. You can use it for your next visit. So this is really helping out. The value for money is there, and they become more regular as well. And we also have corporate loyalty program, for example. So if you are a corporate, if you register with us, there is no contract as such. You will get a reduced or a discounted rates on the room hire. The group set menu is on reduced, or if you do any events like a gin tasting, wine tasting, we offer them to come and try the food. And anybody wants to come as a corporate to come and experience restaurant, we offer them to come and experience Katana. So 2 or 3 people, they can come, try the food. If you're happy, you can sign up the contract as well. It's not like a 12 months or one. So anytime they want to cancel, they can, but there is no money involved in the contract.
And I know you've got a lot of loyalty from corporate clients as well, haven't you? From as well as individual people.
So thank you for asking this question. So when it comes to group booking or a corporate, we work on their budgets. So if you say, I have only £20, can you do something? We will create a budget for you. Even if you say £10 is what my budget for a main course, all I need, we will work on it. But our menu, we can do a 2-course menu to all the way to 7-course tasting menu. Do you want to have a 20 people private dining room? We can able to do, or if you want 50 people, we can do, or if you want a half restaurant or a full restaurant, you just need to know what is your requirements, we can work on it. So there is a lot of options when it comes to private hire and corporate.
I was with a senior partner from one of the bigger law firms around this morning for breakfast. We were both there actually, and we mentioned you. And he said that they've had several parties with you. They've attended a few times. He said how great it is and how much everyone enjoyed it. So it's really good to know that. Again, you have that loyalty. People love the experience, and that is very much the reputation that is spreading.
When I look into, for example, if you say you don't have a budget, you want to give the best experience. For example, let's say a journey when the guest coming, like 100 people coming in. So you start with a welcome drink. Then you go with the canapes to pass around. Then you have a teppanyaki, which is a live cooking, the chef cooking it, fire, grill, like a kind of a magician. He do all those tricks and everything, and then it become a dining experience. Then you have a DJ, or you have a saxophone playing around. Then once you finish the meal, you go back to the bar and hit, and then there is a DJ going on. So this is a kind of a fantastic experience from the entry to exit. So because we have enough space and we have, the restaurant looks beautiful, this makes it really a nice experience overall.
I don't think there's anything at all like that within the region.
Not at all. And I think, like I said, it's great to encourage people from Rutland area, from Stamford area, from Uppingham, as example, to come and visit you there. It's not a long distance. And those kind of facilities in the scale that you have them doesn't exist in Stamford. There's some lovely restaurants, but they're quite a bit smaller premises, whereas what you have is pretty unique on the size that you have it, you know.
And on last Saturday of the month, we have a nightclub. So what happens, we remove all the tables and we have a proper DJ, and there are 200, 250 people come. When you come to Katana on a Saturday night, and last Saturday, it looks like a nightclub discotheque. So amazing. And second Saturday, we do in the Bubbles Bar, which is called now Tinley. But the last Saturday, we do it here. So we try to explore whatever we can to give a different experience for the local people.
Brilliant. How much of that is driven by commercial reasoning, as in how can we grow the business? And how much of it is just focusing on experience and maybe not just your own pleasure of I want to have a nightclub, but trying to find different ways to bring people in. Yeah,
that's why we have a different menu. Somebody coming on Tuesday with the client, he wants to come on a Friday with a different menu. And it's a different experience. You can come for one time Pan Asian restaurant, the other time you can come to Tinley. So it's a restaurant within a restaurant. So and both the experience are very different, and you will enjoy.
But it's more reason to keep coming back.
Absolutely.
And if it's always the same. Well, I don't think you would get bored after the sound of it. But
as I said, like plenty of menu options. So even you try a couple of dishes as a sharing, then you still can come 5, 6, 7 times to try the different dishes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So people, they want to come back to enjoy the experience again, but there's always something new they can try if they keep returning.
True. And in Tinley, we do a lot of food festivals. This is the plan. For example, like some of the Indian events like Diwali, we have a Diwali menu, or we can do a Holi festival, or we can do Onam. Onam is very popular in Kerala, which is the southern part of India.
Right.
So what we do is we take a banana leaf and then we put around 30 vegetarian dishes. 30 freshly cooked vegetarian dishes. It's like a feast. This is how we eat in weddings. So it's on a banana leaf with rice and lentils and do different kind of stuff. So that is very popular in Kerala or in Tamil Nadu during the Onam. So we are the only one if we do it in Peterborough. So this is going to happen.
Unique.
I'll be there for that.
And then we do Biryani Festival, Goan Festival, Punjabi Festival. All these are outlined, or Kashmiri or Chettinad cuisine. So lots of festivals we are planning to do in Tinley because the chef has the potential. So he has a restaurant in London. He does there. So whenever we do that, we're going to do it here. So you're going to hear, because we just 2 months, we are trying to get the experience and the chefs to settle down, the waiters, managers settle down. Then we'll start implementing those food festivals.
That's amazing.
Excellent. And I think this has been really good because we've got to know you better. We've seen your very early days and how your attitude towards work and your work ethic was established. And obviously the varied locations and restaurant types that you've worked in, and you've managed to craft based on that, a pretty unique experience for the area. And I think in the future, you have some ambition to help other future potential restaurant owners or people that may be struggling and want to turn their restaurant around. You've got some aspirations to help some of those
Absolutely.
people as
So
well.
I do have a long-term vision to help the small business owners. For example, there are a lot of high street small restaurants, they struggle.
Yeah.
They have a good food. They don't know how to market. They don't have... they don't know the numbers, basically. What is the costing look like? What is the food cost, beverage cost? What it is a wastage look like? How to control the wastages? How you can increase the sale and reduce your expenses? Those kind of things they struggle because I had a privilege to study an MBA. I worked in the best restaurants. I have been trained by the very good managers and the bad managers as well. But when you open a restaurant without hospitality experience, lots of people struggle. So I want to help a lot of business owners in terms of AI because they have no idea apart from ChatGPT what else they can do. They have no idea. But there is now AI is booming. So lots of AI based tools available to help you. For example, you can use social media automation, or you can do the reservation automation. You can use your bots to respond to the queries on the website, or you have tool like a voice flow where you can able to automate your phone calls. So you can save some labor on it. And there is also assistance on AI recruitment. So you just, once you give the data, the system automatically shortlist and do the initial interview. And then out of 100 CVs, you come up with 5 CVs. So a lot of things, it's available in the tool, but you need to have awareness. But where they're going to get, there is no one is helping the small business owners in terms of hospitality. So my long-term vision is to do a consultancy. Maybe in 2 years or maybe after 12 months, I'm not sure. Still, I'm working on it. So people I can able to help. That is my long-term goal, and maybe it's my retirement process as well.
I think it seems such an area that you can help people there. I'm sure once you decide and you've productized that exactly the way you want, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that will be crying out for your help.
True, very true. But it is definitely an area need to invest. But the most important thing is not opening a business. Give the time and dedication to do the best on everything what we do. If we don't have a time, then I prefer to put it on a little bit on the late side of my life. At this moment, Katana is my focus. Most probably a new project is upcoming very soon. So we still waiting for the results. Once it's there, that will be another exciting project in Peterborough coming through.
It does sound like you really know how to focus, because you've done that systematically, I think, from country to country, restaurant to restaurant, hotel to hotel. You've just given it everything, found out perhaps where you could go away and learn the most, and then put that time in again.
True, but still learning. I'm not the best. I'm trying to be best. And always room for improvement. I listen to podcasts, I read the books, and I see industrial leaders, what they are doing. So most important thing, it's a trial and error. But there are a lot of people who actually said what is the mistake they did. So learn from the mistake, and always it's important that we keep on learning.
Absolutely. I think it's been really interesting. Again, getting to know you a bit better, and I think we meet a lot of people on the podcast and through our business community, and very similar to yourself. The work ethic and the attention to detail and the pride in what they do are the things that make the success for them, and we see that as continued.
It comes across as well.
And it's a teamwork, I'll say, from the investor to my business partners, to the general managers, to the chefs, even the porter, the bartender. We have an amazing team. Without them, we cannot able to offer. So I want to say it's a huge teamwork as a success of Katana Restaurant. So I'm very glad I'm ended in Peterborough with the team. And a lot of people actually now started to appreciate after years, saying that thank you for coming to Peterborough for a fantastic restaurant and experience.
So if they haven't tried it yet, then make sure to get down there and come and meet you in person. And I know that a lot of the time people walk through the door, often one of the first people they see is you there to welcome them
Absolutely.
in. And
mostly I'll
them.
be on the door.
Yeah.
Say welcome to Katana.
No, excellent. Is there anything else that you want to mention or anything that you'd like to tell people about as we kind of wrap up?
Just one request to this government, if possible, because we are not an English restaurant. We are a Pan-Asian or Indian restaurant. A person makes a curry by an Indian or a British. We can train anyone, but the authenticity is not. If I ask the chef to make a new menu for a festival, he cannot make it.
Right, yeah.
So the government put a lot of restrictions on the visas. How are we going to give an excellent experience on authentic food if we can't able to get an Indian chef?
Yeah.
And if I want to expand the business, how I'm going to give this opportunity to the people? So there should be restrictions. I understand that, but for a genuine business, the restriction should be
so difficult.
It's so difficult, and it is extremely. There are a lot of chefs here. They want to come on the work permit, but unfortunately, I can't able to. So even the manager, I understand. With managers, we can able to run, but the chefs, without the chefs, this experience or the restaurant is not exist.
Yeah.
So if they can consider anything, that will be really helpful.
Yeah.
That makes most of the hospitality business to survive.
That will help restaurants wherever they originate from. They're going to be facing similar issues, aren't they? Yeah.
This is they're getting a really nightmare to run. It's even to run a restaurant on a break even is tough nowadays.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And the rising cost, like utilities or the business rates and the national minimum wages and everything make it to a profit margin to a very, 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 very light.
Yeah.
So it's extremely difficult to run a restaurant. And we just need a support from the council and the government to able to help us.
And support from the community coming to visit you and the other things that we spoke about as well.
Absolutely. That's the most important thing.
To bring in the best talent.
If we need to run a restaurant like Katana in Peterborough, it is very, very difficult. But if we are running it, we just need the support, as I say.
Yeah.
With the support, we can able to do more. And we can able to offer the best of everything. That's all.
It's everyone as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's a winner if we get to try new cultures, new cuisines. But the only way that can happen is if it's encouraged.
If you have 3 for good restaurants in Peterborough, people come from Cambridge to Peterborough. But you need to have the quality restaurants.
Yeah.
But that's what we need to get the Peterborough.
And it's a circle, isn't it? You know, people will come from outside, they'll trade with the other businesses in the area.
Very true.
The other businesses in the area can support you by attending the restaurant, and it's that whole community is benefiting, you know, from that ecosystem.
People need to trust Peterborough has good hospitality business.
Yeah.
Then people around Peterborough will come.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no reason to come from Rutland to Peterborough.
I think you've given plenty of reason today. So I think hopefully, and I know we've tried it and it's been fantastic. And I think you've spelled out a lot of reasons why people should come. So thank you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And it's a pleasure again and looking forward to.
Good to see you again. Thanks again.
Thanks again. Cheers.
That wraps up another episode of the Business Growth Show. Thanks for joining us.
We hope it gave you some ideas or inspiration that you can take away and use in your own business.
Don't forget to drop us a like, a follow, and a rating, and hopefully we'll see you soon for the next episode.